Hey everyone, I posted up a video the other day on my trailer and I got a whole bunch of messages on Facebook and YouTube and whatnot asking to show you the new shop that we're building. So this is it. I've got electric done, so it's a little excessive. It is, you can see the moon's out over there. It's like 8:40 or something at night, so it is pitch black. It's pretty much pitch black out here. So I kind of went overboard with lighting, but it can never be too bright. So we still have to do a retaining wall over here. As you can tell, I am smack dab in the middle of the woods over here. So, we don't really care for neighbors. So we got to do something back there as well. So, and then over here is all woods as well. So anyway, this is a new shop. It is 50 foot from there to there, and then 30 foot deep, and then this section is 20 foot from there to there and 40 foot deep. We're actually going to extend that another 10 foot. That's the plan. So anyway, outside lights, these are all done. We'll go around back quick. I had them put a couple of electrical outlets outside just so that we had some, somewhere to plug the trailer in. I already got power to it, obviously, so Duke Energy already came out and did power. Those little brackets on the back wall are for the mini splits, and then there's breakers there for them as well, or disconnects for them as well. So for the mini split air conditioners. So if anybody that's watching this knows that I don't work without air conditioning. So here's the shop. It is yellow, so let there be light. So this is nothing really that fancy, but we got the spray foam. The guys came and did spray foam this past week. They did a great job. A1 insulation. They're in Greenville, South Carolina. So if you're local, I would definitely hit them up. Brett Nevin is his name. Don't quote me on that last name. I don't remember. But A1 Insulation, they were fantastic. I'm really happy with everything that they did. And we actually convinced them to paint the ceiling for us as well. So originally we were going to do metal up the walls and the ceiling, but with the cost of things, I just didn't really care too much about having metal up there. So it didn't really matter too much to me. This shop is kind of temporary. The plan here is to stay here for probably another 3 years and then move. So, but anyway, if you don't know anything about spray foam, because I don't know shit about spray foam either, but that stuff is like really hard. So they did 2 inches of closed cell spray foam. They actually like layer it. So the guy sprayed it, and then waited for it to kind of balloon up and then sprayed it again. Another layer over top of it. It came out really good. And they cut it. I mean, they kept it below surface anyway, but they cut it, like anything that was actually sprayed onto these beams, they shaved it off. And this week, beginning of this week, the guy who built the building for me is going to be putting white metal on the walls, so it'll be a little bit brighter in here, a little bit cleaner. And so there'll be bright white metal that goes all the way up to the ceiling. So he's going to cover up everything that you see that's yellow, basically. He'll be covering up with metal, and then same thing up front here. And at the end of the week, a friend of mine, and he's going to be coming down. He owns a company that does commercial epoxy floor coating, and he will be doing a light gray colored floor for us. So, it's kind of really it. We've got, power door, the garage doors and whatnot. They're not very fancy, but they actually linked to my phone, and they're reasonably quiet. Went with insulated garage doors, so these were actually quite a pain in the ass to get your hands on, and this was part of this was part of the delay for about 3 months, waiting on garage doors. So for the lighting, it's actually it's kind of hard to tell with this video, but it's very, very bright in here. So I'm gonna do something with cords hanging here. My ladder doesn't go up high enough, and that's how they plugged it back in after they painted the ceiling, which, no fault of theirs. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. So the lighting, the round lights are those UFO lights. I think they're made by Hyper Light or something like that. Bought them off of Amazon. There's 20 of them, so there's 14 of them in here, and then there's an additional 6 of them out here. So they work pretty well, but the wall height, so that beam, right? So the leg height is what they call it, is 12 foot, and then the peak of the roof is 16 or 17? So I think it's 17. Anyway, they are not really hung high enough in order to broadcast a lot of light. So so my thought was hey, I'm gonna just pick up some of these Barrina, I think is the name of the company, BARRINA LED tubes, so they link together, and they got these little connectors where you can literally just kind of shove them into each other, right? And there you go, you can see. So there's where the two butt up to each other. So they link together, and then they also give you some cords that'll let them link together as well. And you can run 5 lights off of just one outlet. So we added 40 foot of them back here, an additional 40 foot of them up here. Before anybody says anything, I barely ever open the garage doors. So actually Laura insisted on putting windows in the doors so that I knew what time it was. So otherwise I just don't know, what kind of time of day or night it is. So I never open the doors unless a customer is picking up a car or dropping them off, or if I'm tuning something. So when I'm wiring something, I never open the doors. But anyway, this is it. And we also, I just had to run some studs in the walls for the mini splits. So these things are the most important thing to me, but they're nothing fancy. I talked to a bunch of friends that do HVAC, and a lot of these guys said, if you want to spend a bunch of money, there's one brand to buy. If you don't want to spend a bunch of money and you want something that'll last you probably 5 or 6 years, be as cheap as you can and just look at them as a throwaway unit. So that's the way I look at them. I bought what I considered a cheap throwaway unit 7 years ago for my other shop, and I run it I don't know, probably 75%, 80% of every minute of the year. So it is constantly running, except for when it's actually really nice out and I'm willing to open the doors. But these things were Senville is the company. That's upside down, but whatever, you get the point. Hold on, this one over here. There you go. Senville, there's the part number. If you go onto their website, I got both of these. Both of these units are 24,000 BTU. I have a single 24,000 BTU unit in my other shop, and I can keep it 68 degrees in the middle of summer, but I got both of these units total for $2,300 shipped. So I just went onto their website. It wasn't a sale, or maybe it was on sale, I don't know, but whatever. I didn't have any discount code or any special anything, and they were $2,300 for the pair of them shipped, and they come with the line set and all the tubing and all the shit that you need, and they're pre-charged. Hell, it even comes with wire and shit. So they're pre-charged. All you have to do is kind of cut the length of your line set, reflare it, or if you don't want to cut the length, you just there you go. Shove it up in there, hook it up to the outside unit, and fire it up, and you got air conditioning. So, highly recommend a mini split. So, anyway, this is really all I got. But maybe if you were on the fence about spray foam, I highly recommend it. It's not cheap. Y'all are gonna ask, so I'll just tell you, it costs 10 grand to spray foam this building. So with all closed cell foam, it costs 10 grand. These guys were here for 3 days. The prep work, there's a lot of prep work. Pretty much most of the prep work is just making sure that you don't make a mess. But there's a good bit of prep work, and it's not just like, a big, huge can of Expandifoam like I kind of thought it was gonna be. It's actually quite a rig. It shows up in like a box truck or a trailer. And so this is 30 by 50 by 12, 2-inch closed cell spray foam and the entire thing. And it's worth the money in my opinion. So do it, don't do it. Just don't say that I didn't tell you it ain't worth the money. So anyway, the next one I make about this hopefully will be hopefully the floor will be done and the walls will be on it, and I'll start outfitting it with workbenches and cabinets and whatnot, and we'll get to work. So, all right, see you.